Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, and pay my respect to elders past, present, and emerging. Vaccine hesitancy can be defined as the intention of not getting vaccinated. To achieve herd immunity, it is necessary to vaccinate 80% of the population. Currently, in Queensland, the 58.7% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated, while the 73.7% has received the first dose. This intervention aims to persuade Australians to accept a new behaviour, aimed at reaching 90% of the eligible Queensland population fully vaccinated. The NRL Association, the Australian Department of Health, and the Australian and Queensland governments can be important partners in this intervention. The intervention is based on the 4Ps framework. It uses rational and emotional appeal to engage with the target audience and to promote the benefits associated with the vaccination. It uses pop-up clinics, mobile clinics, free parking facilities, and qualified doctors to mitigate monetary and non-monetary costs. The integrated marketing communication uses relevant media channels to deliver a synergistic message. The vaccine is safe, is effective, and provides other significant benefits. The efficacy of this intervention is evaluated weekly by using data from the Department of Health, social media analytic tools, and Google Analytics. Key ethical principles such as honesty, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality, informed consent, openness, and non-discrimination are implemented in this intervention. An increased revenue from the domestic tourism market and low revenue from international visitors might be unintended consequences associated with the COVID-19 vaccine promotion. The first part of the intervention discusses the social cause, presents a conceptual framework used to understand the drivers of vaccine hesitancy, and identifies the target audience. The main part illustrates the intervention plan based on the 4Ps framework, and it proposes a mock-up of intervention and an evaluation strategy. The final part discusses ethical considerations and potential unintended consequences. This intervention has been prepared for the MKG222 Marketing for Social Change course. It proposes an intervention plan based on the 4Ps framework. Such intervention aims at increasing COVID-19 vaccination uptake in Queensland. The intervention plan analyzes vaccine hesitancy and barriers that limit vaccine uptake. It also proposes a creative strategy that aims at mitigating such barriers and at encouraging the acceptance of the COVID-19 vaccination. The intervention is based only on secondary data, such as journal articles, government reports, and relevant website. It focuses only on the state of Queensland. Vaccine hesitancy can be defined as the intention of not getting the vaccine. Vaccine hesitancy is a real threat for the global population health, as mass vaccination is the only long-term solution to end the COVID-19 pandemic. To achieve herd immunity, it is necessary to vaccinate 80% of the entire population. Currently, in Queensland, the 58.7% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated, while the 73.7% has received the first dose. Vaccine hesitancy is based on cognitive attitudes. Therefore, this study applies the theory of planned behavior to understand factors that influence vaccine hesitancy. The proposed conceptual framework combines the theory of planned behavior and the variable mandatory vaccine to access public places, events, airports, and workplaces, as this strategy positively influences individuals' intention to get the vaccine. Perceived safety and effectiveness of the vaccine, knowledge of the vaccine, perceived risks associated with the pandemic, lack of trust in the government, and strong religious beliefs influence attitudes toward the behavior. The opinion of influencers, family and friends, and health professionals influence the intentions of getting the vaccine. The perceived behavioral control is influenced by vaccine availability, free access to the vaccine, convenient location of vaccination clinics, and having had influenza vaccine before. While the majority of the states and territories are reaching their vaccination target, Queensland has low vaccination rates. Therefore, this intervention targets hesitant Queenslanders. Hesitant individuals in Queensland are typically located in rural and low socioeconomic areas. They are aged 20 to 44, they are likely to be unemployed or to have a low-income job, their education level is year 12 or lower. They are also conspiracy theorists and they might have strong religious beliefs and anti-establishment sentiment. They have a negative attitude towards the vaccine as they do not perceive any benefits associated with the vaccination. They rely on information on social media rather than news on traditional media channels. The intervention consists of short videos, short interviews and pictures featuring NRL players and doctors. The media messages intend to inform about the benefits of the COVID-19 vaccination using humor to emotionally engage with their target audience. The intervention links to the attitudes toward the behavior and to the subjective norms component of the conceptual model presented in this report. By informing individuals about the safety and the effectiveness of the vaccine, and by providing information about the vaccine, the messages positively influence the attitude toward the behavior. Furthermore, using NRL players and doctors to deliver the message is likely to increase vaccine acceptance among hesitant Queenslanders. Considering that the Australian government states that vaccine boosters might be necessary, this intervention aims at persuading Australians to accept the new behavior. To accept that the COVID-19 vaccine is the only way to protect the population from the virus, to re-establish a normal life, to open the borders and to avoid future lockdowns. This intervention will have a duration of 12 months and it aims at reaching 90% of the eligible Queensland population fully vaccinated. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, even when the state borders were closed, the Queensland government has allowed NRL teams to travel between states to guarantee the continuity of the season. The Queensland government can ask the NRL Association to reciprocate the favour by supporting this intervention. NRL players are ideal to deliver the messages for several reasons. Individuals value their opinions. The NRL is particularly popular among Queenslanders, and over 60% of the NRL fans are aged 18 to 44. The Australian Department of Health has been promoting the effectiveness and safety of the vaccine with facts and statistics. Doctors, which are highly trusted by the community, can be the messengers that communicate in simple terms the benefits of getting the vaccination. The Australian and Queensland governments are essential partners in this promotion of the COVID-19 vaccine. The two governments are spending millions of dollars to make the vaccine more accessible for everyone. While the Australian government offers free vaccination to everyone aged 12 and over in Australia, the Queensland government provides a significant number of location and pop-up clinics where Australians can get vaccinated. Furthermore, measures that aim at limiting the movement of unvaccinated Australians and at facilitating vaccine uptake have been announced by the Premier of the Queensland. The marketing products are composed by three layers: the core product, the actual product, and the augmented product. The core product refers to the primary benefits. In this intervention, the core benefits consist in protection against the COVID-19 virus, the likelihood of a healthier life, the possibility to travel interstate and overseas, accessibility to public places, and the choice of not wearing a mask. The actual product specifies how to achieve the desired behavior. In this intervention, the actual product consists in communicating the opening time and location of the nearest vaccination clinic, how to reach the destination, and the requirements to get the vaccination. The augmented product consists in the resources provided to facilitate the desired behavior. In this intervention, the augmented product comprises a website where individuals can access information about the safety and the effectiveness of the vaccine and the information required to reach the vaccination clinic and get the vaccine, a phone number where operators provide information and offer ad hoc solutions for particular situations, mobile clinics to promote and to provide the COVID-19 vaccine in rural areas, and pop-up clinics. Branding is used to impress customers by making the products unique and recognizable. Additionally, creating an emotional engagement is essential for the success of a marketing campaign. Therefore, this intervention uses the slogan "Up your swag, get the jab." This slogan uses humor to build an emotional connection with the target audience. The pricing strategy takes into consideration monetary and non-monetary costs. Monetary costs refer to the financial costs associated with the vaccination. Recent studies show that perceived monetary costs associated with the vaccination are likely to decrease vaccine acceptance. Therefore, it is important to communicate that the vaccination is free and to provide free parking facilities near the vaccination clinics. Furthermore, side effects from the vaccination could force casual workers to stay home and lose wages while recovering. Non-monetary cost refers to time, effort, and psychological discomfort associated with the vaccination. Non-monetary costs are significant barriers to vaccine acceptance and uptake. Pop-up clinics, availability of different types of vaccine, mobile donor van, and vaccination without appointment have been recently successful to increase vaccination rates and blood donations. Therefore, this intervention will provide Pfizer, Moderna, and AstraZeneca vaccine without booking. It will offer the vaccine in pop-up clinics located in strategic areas, and it will use mobile vaccination vans to reach rural areas. Psychological discomfort represents the most significant barrier to vaccine uptake. Concern about the safety and effectiveness of the vaccine and the short testing timeline are associated with vaccine hesitancy. Therefore, the presence of doctors is essential to mitigate such barriers. As the community values the opinion of health professionals, the role of the doctors in this intervention is to provide credibility and trust. The place strategy of this intervention has two objectives: to facilitate the desired behavior by reducing time and effort barriers, and by providing a pleasant experience, and to make the competing behavior inconvenient. The Queensland government has opened pop-up clinics at Bunnings and school locations. This strategy has been successfully used to boost COVID-19 vaccine uptake. Additionally, the Australian Red Cross has used a mobile van to increase blood donation in rural areas. Reaching remote locations is essential as rural areas have the lowest vaccination rate in the country. Therefore, multiple mobile vaccination vans will be used to reach such areas. Pop-up vaccination clinics will operate in proximity of the stadium before and after the game, and at strategic locations where vaccine hesitancy is still high, such as Gold Coast and Logan areas. The clinics will offer free parking facilities. The vaccination clinics and vans will provide a safe and pleasant experience by offering calming background music, qualified personnel to assist the clients, and private booths to ensure privacy. The intervention also promotes the measures that the Queensland government has announced to limit the movement of unvaccinated Australians. Soon, residents will require a double dose of vaccine to travel interstate and to access participating venues, stadiums, and other public places. Even if the low perceived efficacy and safety of the vaccination among the target audience suggests that a negatively framed message might be more effective, this intervention positively frames the message, as the previous interventions focused on what residents have to lose by not getting vaccinated. Therefore, the message will focus on the benefits associated with the vaccination. The message uses rational and emotional appeal. The rational appeal is used to inform the target audience about the benefits derived from the vaccination, such as the possibility to enjoy a drink without a mask with friends at a local pub while watching a game, traveling to other states without the need of a quarantine period, be safe and protected against the virus while visiting public places, and also to provide statistics about vaccine effectiveness and safety. The emotional appeal is used to amuse and to build emotional engagement with the target audience by showing NRL players and doctors swag dancing. The message uses a mix of barrier-focused and benefits-focused positioning. To mitigate psychological barriers, the doctors will communicate facts about the effectiveness and the safety of the vaccine, while the NRL players will be used to achieve peripheral processing and to communicate the benefits derived from getting the vaccine. The advertisement on TV and social media are designed to be 20 seconds video where first the NRL players communicate the benefits to catch the attention of the viewers, then the doctor communicates information about the vaccine. The video ends with the NRL players and the doctor swag dancing. Advertisement on TV shows website and phone number during the dance, while social media posts include the link to the website and the phone number. The following slides illustrate the concept behind the video. There is no music playing at the beginning of the video. Hey mate, do you know that once you are vaccinated you can come with me at the tavern to watch a game? Yeah, but I don't want to wear a mask. Mate, once you're vaccinated you don't have to. Are you kidding, aren't you? No, he's not kidding. And I'll tell you more. The vaccine protects you from severe symptoms. Over 70% of Queenslanders trusted their doctors and have had their first dose of vaccine. Happy days! Music starts, they all wear sunglasses and they start dancing. Swag, 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 swag. The integrated marketing communication aims at influencing consumer behavior and at building clients' trust by using appropriate media channels to deliver synergistic message. The vaccine is safe, is effective, and provides other significant benefits. The public relation and advertising elements are used to increase visibility, build trust, emotionally engage, and reach a high number of Australians. The social media channels are used to contrast the misinformation accessed by the target audience, to inform, to build trust, and to emotionally engage. The social media posts can specifically target areas with low vaccination rates. The website and the point of purchase elements provide important information to the target audience. The personal selling element provides information and creates a safe and pleasant experience. The integrated marketing communication does not mention or associate with the government to avoid a negative response among individuals who do not trust the establishment. Currently, in Queensland, 58.7% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated, while the 73.7% have received the first dose. These are the baselines that are used to evaluate the efficacy of this intervention. The goal is to fully vaccinate 90% of the eligible Queenslanders, as herd immunity can only be achieved when the 80% of the entire population will be fully vaccinated. The data on Queensland's vaccination rate can be gathered on the Department of Health website. Considering that the Australian and the Queensland governments are promoting vaccine acceptance through other interventions, it is also important to measure data directly associated with this intervention. Measuring likes, comments, share, and reach of the interventions posted on social media is useful to understand the degree of engagement, the sentiment of the audience, and the type of posts valued by the audience. Furthermore, measuring reach provides information about the number of users that saw the posts. Facebook Insight can also be used to monitor pages that promote the competing behavior. Google Analytics can be used to measure the number of visitors of the intervention's website and traffic generated from social media platforms. This data allows to evaluate reach and conversion rate. The data from the Department of Health website, social media analytic tools, and Google Analytics should be analyzed weekly to evaluate the efficacy of the intervention and to determine if a change of strategy is required to boost vaccine uptake. For the purpose of this presentation, ethics consists in the set of moral principles used to promote and implement the intervention. The key ethical principles used are honesty, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality, informed consent, openness, and non-discrimination. The information provided for the integrated marketing mix is based on statistics, scientific researches, and legislation. Such data will provide information about the benefits and the possible side effects, and it will be available on the intervention website and at the intervention clinics. Furthermore, researchers and legislators are professionals with years of experience and proven credibility. The pop-up and mobile clinics will provide privacy to their clients through the use of private booths. Moreover, before proceeding with the vaccination, the clients will be medically evaluated and they will be informed about the benefits and the possible side effects of the vaccine. The vaccine will be only administered to clients who give written informed consent. The vaccine will be accessible and free for every individual in Australia aged 12 and over. Currently, the Therapeutic Goods Administration has not approved the vaccination for children aged 11 and under. Travel restriction for unvaccinated individuals might lead to positive and negative unintended consequences. Since Queenslanders that are not fully vaccinated cannot travel interstate, they might spend money usually used for international travel to visit their home state. This might increase the domestic tourism market. Conversely, Queensland might lose revenue generated from the international travellers. Recently, the New South Wales government announced that from the 1st of November, international borders will reopen without quarantine requirement. If Queensland quarantine requirements will not ease, the tourism sector and associated industries might lose revenue. Consequently, unemployment might rise and tax revenue might decrease. While this scenario might be concerning, without high vaccination rates, the virus will always be a threat for elderly health and for the employment of younger generations. Moreover, when 90% of Queenslanders will be fully vaccinated, the quarantine requirements are likely to be removed, and international visitors will be able to visit the suggestive location of the Sunshine State again. The first part of this intervention plan has discussed vaccine hesitancy, the drivers associated with such behavior, and the target audience of the intervention. The second part has discussed the aim of the intervention, and it has identified the NRL Association, the Australian Department of Health, and the Australian and Queensland governments as important partners. The third part proposes an intervention plan based on the 4Ps framework, and it discusses how intervention mitigates barrier, informs, and emotionally engages with the target audience. The last part identifies tools to evaluate and measure the efficacy of the intervention, and it discusses key ethical principles and unintended consequences associated with the intervention.